Hello, everyone. I am back. Um, Happy January 30th. Actually, I have a birthday and not in the house, but in the family. Today we have a lot of January birthdays, so it's almost like nonstop. Um, Happy birthday to all the Capricorns. And January is also a Sagittarius. So Sag and Capricorn and Aquarius, right? Is it all three of them? I'm not all sure about that. Oh my gosh, these cards are so light. I got one of my windows open and it's like kind of a cool background. I kind of feel like I need to open that other one and hopefully it has the same effect. So I started a video before this. I'll probably just post it for fun, maybe. But I also don't want to waste any time for anybody. So, but my Macy dog was kind of just like, she was taking a nap, and I was trying to like, just squeeze on in here. But she then soon awoken and was just trying to eat everything. So I kicked her out. So I saged in the last video. I was saging, and then I was talking about. I was like, oh yeah, while I do this, like this sage, I forgot I would like to also clean my necklace. And then I got into the conversation about well, how do you know when you're supposed to clean it? How do you clean it? How do you know if you've cleaned it enough? And I am no professional. I have learned things as I've gone. Again, I'm always probably going to reference in my tarot card readings like anytime. Like I would pretty much say uh like if you want like something a little bit more like not like okay, I don't want to say not professional, but more on point and like more secure and more like factual and more like for certain and like very good at it, head on over to Cosmic Royal Family. She knows what she's talking about. She actually does very well. I cannot lie. I be telling everybody, I'm like, I love her. Like, it's more than just it's more than just a crush. Um, she talks about all different types of like topics and stuff. So like information's kind of like stored in my head. So like I don't know if I've gotten this from her, but like I don't want to like say, "Oh, I know about this from her," and then completely like um crap, why can I not think of words when I'm trying to talk? Like obliterate it. Like, okay, so as far as your stones and stuff, I feel like I've learned that when your stone gets heavy, that means like as far as like black tourmaline, because this one like will protect you from negative energies and like just kind of repel it and push it away from your uh area aura. Like you're not gonna get through past this. But I guess it absorbs the energy, so you know this rock will get heavy and you'll like feel the heaviness, and then when you sage it, it becomes light again. So I think there's like a way to do it. I think there's also like ways to tell with however the smoke is moving. Like if the smoke is avoiding the rock, like right now it's basically engulfing it. But like once it starts to like it's held directly under and it's going in different directions, I think that means like you're good again. It feels a little bit lighter. It still feels pretty heavy. This also like cracks and stuff. I don't really see any cracks. I don't see any cracks. Cause I also be like hiding it in here. I'm like, nobody can know I have this on. So in the other video as well, like I was trying to stage the cards. but before I got a chance to, the hermit card popped out. The hermit card popped out, and I was like, I feel like that's my energy. But then I was like, time out. Um, you always feel like the hermit is your energy. So I was like, let me just go ahead and sage them and then do the split the cards in four like that and then go ahead and flip them. No way. The hermit I still got. That is weird. The first video I was like start shuffling the cards. I'm like, I don't know where it went because I'm just gonna go ahead and take it and then do like the four card thing. And then I was like, well, I don't know what happened to the hermit. Okay, so I figured I put it back into the deck. I could still look it up in the little book though. So then as I'm shuffling like 5 minutes ago or 50 seconds ago, I was like, I saw the hermit and I was like, oh, do I just take it out and put it to the side like I wanted? And I was like, no, I'll just keep it in here. Why is it the. I have shuffled these cards so many times. Why is it the first card that I pull up? I don't know why I'm so surprised about it either. It's because, like, okay. Okay. So let's say you're at work or whatever, or anywhere, like an event, a festival, and you buy a raffle ticket. That's going to be in a whole bunch of other raffle tickets. And you have this raffle ticket, and your main feeling is that you're about to win. And you're like, I got the winner. And then you're like saying out loud, like, I'm going to win, I'm going to win. And then they call your freaking number. That is the story of my life, like all day. So, and it doesn't always work out that way. Like sometimes I'll be like, because they be doing raffles at my job. And like the first time I ever got a ticket, or maybe the second time, everybody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry, actually, because I'm gonna win. Like I already know it," and and then like they end up calling my name, and I won this. So weird. I won this Yeti cup. It was like a choice between a black one and a green one, and I was like, which one do I take? And like nobody was saying anything, and I was like, oh, nobody's gonna help me decide which one. And then my manager was like, oh, the green one's pretty unique and cool, and I was like, I agree. It's like an army green. And then my other boss was in the military. He was in a branch of the Navy, so I was like, I like that kind of stuff too. So I'm like, thank you for helping me decide because I probably would have picked the black one, but I like this one a lot. I do think it's very unique. It reminds me of the army. Cool. Your boss is in the army. It's like represent. So, but like I knew, and then my friend was next to me, and he's like, you just called that. And then other times, I'll be sitting there and we're doing the raffle, and then somebody beside me is like, "Oh, I never win." I'm like, "You're gonna win." I was like, "I can feel that you're gonna win right now." Legit, they win. I'm like, "What the? Like, why does nobody care how cool this is?" And then, but again, it's not always like sometimes like I'll go up to somebody, I'll be like, are you is what's your astrology sign, like are you a Leo? Because like I know certain like characteristics, like Leos have like I don't want to say a square face. They have something like a long face, kind of like representing like a lion or something like that. Sagittarius have like long legs and like have this sort of stance like a horse. um I mean, and I don't know like an abundance of information where I'm like just calling them out left and right. I kind of like sometimes will like reference like similarities to people who I already know. Like, okay, I have my sister and my niece that are Gemini, so when I'm around somebody that's kind of acting that way, I'm just like, are you a Gemini? And then if it's like an Aquarius, like I know how sometimes people act. So like sometimes I'll have a conversation with somebody, and then by the end of it, I'm like, are you a Sagittarius, or are you this, or are you this? And like it's not all the time. I'm not all the time right. A lot of the times I'm actually wrong. So like that's all good and fine, but like sometimes I am. Like I'm right, and I'm like it makes me feel cool. I'm like, "Oh, that's that intuitive mind." Whew. I need to start doing these readings more because they get me so excited. Um, that would have really stunk if this whole entire time the video was not recording. Okay, so I got my 4 cards ready to go. My first one's Hermit and upright. The second one's Chariot in reversed. Then I got the Eight of Cups in reversed. And I got the Devil in reversed. But to me, I'm still kind of like, are all of these supposed to be the other way where the Hermit's reversed, the Chariot's upright, Eight of Cups upright, the Devil upright? But I think I would rather have the Devil in reverse. But I really have no idea at this point. Just anything the devil, I want nothing to do with, okay? Unless we're like fighting or something. Then I'm ready. Okay, so I'm gonna go get my little bookie book and then we're gonna do this thing. All right, I'm just gonna go through the cards as we go. Like, I'm not, I haven't read through all of them and then I'm gonna go back and, I'm just gonna do one at a time. So, the first one is the Hermit, and I'll show you it. I don't know if you can see it well enough. Okay. Okay, let's see what this book has to say. In bold letters, it says loneliness, solitude, betrayal, incorrect actions or dealings, and introspection. A time of being alone, a time away from the world. Look at your life and consider it carefully. Rest and relax and find the answer. Loneliness may occur and betrayal by others may occur. Heal. But in reversed, it says uncertainty, depression, and doubt. So I don't know if I already went over this in this video or was the last one about like the hermit and how like even like in reference not anything to do with the tarot card, like people would know kind of automatically what like it could mean. Like maybe not like register right away, like oh, you're being a hermit. Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, because like I think of that crab that you can like buy at the mall or whatever, and they're in a little shell, like they're scared. They just want to be alone. Loneliness, solitude, betrayal, incorrect actions. So when I read this, I guess it kind of really did like embody how I feel. And it's not to say like it's been just right now, but just right now, like I've been like really like thinking in my head, like I really don't have, it's not, what's gonna fulfill me is kind of finding the pathway for me. Like it doesn't necessarily like, it's not my desire to have tons of friends and like social outings or anything like that. Like I want to be hermited into my own and you know blooming myself into an individual so I can maybe be a better person for those situation social settings, like oh like or enjoy it, like be so excited to go out and hang out with other people because I have my own things in order. I have things to talk about. Oh, here's my painting that I did. Here's this book I'm working on. I am working on my EMT classes right now, and this is basically my life, like because those are all very important decisions. Like if I'm 33 years old, so when I went into the school advisory and like talked to them about it, and I told him, like I was thinking EMT and I also wanted to do writing, and but like for the EMT, like you don't need, I'm not saying that you don't need a degree. I'm talking like it's not required for you to have like an AA and anything, or like you can go to school and learn just EMTB, like EMT basic. Like there's courses and certificates to get you certified to do that. So like that was kind of my idea, but I also had in my head that I wanted to get a generalized education and just higher my education and then go into EMT to just had to be more educated, more well educated, you know. Now, that's a whole other story in itself. Like I did start my 2 year education, but it's all over the place, all complicated. My whole mind has shifted and my ideas have shifted where I'm like, okay, maybe I should do EMT first and then after try to do my degree, even though I really would like it to be the other way around. But if I do it that way, then, like I'll be 36 trying to go to school for EMT, which comes to my other point. The guy, the advisor, was like, he's like, oh, you don't want to start learning all of that now. He's like, well, you might. And like, I'm the type of person that ain't gonna hear shit from nobody. Like, I'm not going to like listen to your opinion on my life. If I want to do something for me, then and there's nothing like stopping me from doing it. Like there's not an age requirement that like cuts you off like, oh, you can no longer learn how to be an EMT at 30. Like there's nothing that says that. So I don't like when people start trying to come into my life and start controlling my outcomes. I will still smile in your face and nod and wave, smile and wave, boys, smile and wave, but like basically like almost like see in a different light. Like, okay, you can say whatever you want, and like, but I'm gonna do what I want. But to an extent, like, I can understand that your brain stops working after a certain point. Like I could say all day, like, oh, I want to learn every language possible. Okay, well, you should have started that a long time ago, like when you were like one. To to think that I could even learn one language at this point, like, not to say that I couldn't, but it's just like so to me, I feel like that choice, which I still am pretty like it's a desire, like, but I also am at the understanding that like, maybe I sign up for these classes and I'm just not able to do it, or like they show me something that I'm like, okay, I'm just kind of all up in the air. I think what makes me want to do EMT is because I look, I feel like if you see a nurse or you see like doctors or EMTs, like they're going to have a good head on their shoulders. I'm not saying it's always that case. I get it. We're all different. But like they're kind of like role models into like, would it be introspection or whatever? Like into my life. Like I want to be well hydrated. I want to have a high immunity. I want, like to be healthy. I would love to help people. I would love to, you know, if it was an emergency situation, I would love to know how to help somebody. CPR, I like the fact that like you feel like helpless, like okay, if something were to happen here and my nieces were choking, like yeah, you might be able to figure out the Heimlich maneuver, but to feel like you're freaking prepared for that situation, you know how to save somebody's lives. It's like I don't see how the answer could be no. Um, I'm a very like anxiety person. Like I just feel like, running towards this goal is going to fix things in my life to make me stronger as an individual and then like even more confident like being knowledgeable of helping somebody. Like if I'm driving down the road and I see someone crash in a car, I feel hopeless. I'm going to be freaking out. But I feel like if I knew, and I get it, like there's certain basic things like you kind of like can know, and I could just research like, okay, if someone's cut, apply some pressure to that and make sure that nothing's, you're stopping that blood. But like there's obviously all these little different things that you learn and stuff, and like, and I feel like the job itself would probably be very hard to deal with. I don't think you can save everybody. I don't think you can, you're gonna, it's just like an emotional, like, I don't know, I've never done it. So, like, I don't know, but I just feel like those things in the end could probably, make me a stronger individual. And I also am kind of steering away from the path of, and this is just for now, like, I'm just saying now, but like it was never in my dreams to like be like a mother and like have this family and like want a husband and want this and want this. It's not that I don't want a family, and it's not that I don't care about love or like a significant other, because I do, I care about those things, but I feel like I'm kind of going more down towards a road where I'm going to be self-sufficient in my own thing. It would be like, I feel like I would be more content with like my EMT family, like I have a family that I go to work with, like, and I'm content and happy with that because, um, like, you get in a relationship with somebody or whatever, and then, like, let's say if I was in a relationship with somebody right now, we were deeply in love and this and that, they're probably not going to want me to do this job because it takes all of this time away from you and yada yada yada. And I'm not saying, that's the case for everybody, and that's all good and fine too. Like, awesome, if this is end up what I do, um, and then somebody like comes along the way and they still love me for who I am, and like, and it's actually something like on my level, for like we'll say, then we can go from there. But like, it's just not the number one priority for me, and I'm sorry. It's not that I don't care about people. It's just like thinking about like my sisters and stuff. I gotta go check Macy. Okay, so I don't necessarily know where I left off, and I think it didn't pause it when I left, but like, to me, like, it makes me feel content, like thinking, I may spend the rest of my life just kind of being like, I would like to continue to be a paramedic because you kind of know more and you're allowed to do more. But it's like, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. But I don't know, like, and I know there's EMTs and paramedics that have families, have families, have babies, have all of those things. So it's like, I'm not like saying I'm gonna become an EMT so I don't have to have a relationship, because it's not that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like in this work environment, like, I would feel not alone. Like, I'm gonna have my family of this. And also going towards the goal of being an EMT, that means that you focus on health in your own life. I know EMTs smoke cigarettes. I know EMTs freaking eat McDonald's. I know that. Like, I get that. It's like, good thing. Because I don't know. But it's just like that mentality, like, people are relying on you to show up and like, and come to them in their darkest need of time. And it's like, I don't know if I'm necessarily cut out for it, but just the thought alone of kind of like raising my vibration up and holding my head high and trying to be strong, trying to, have a good head on my shoulders, trying to think logically, trying to, be the best I can be, is the reason why I feel attracted to that profession. Just like healing myself, like healing myself so I can return heal somebody else and know what to do. I also kind of like, I thought it would be cool to like do that, and then also like do writing on the side, do art on the side, and just kind of like, you never know, like maybe, write a book that turns into a movie. That's always been my dream too. Like I've always wanted to make movies, I've always wanted to write books, I've always wanted to like make video games. I've always wanted to do creative side stuff too. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know why this is going off into a bunch of craziness, but it is. Oh, yeah, the hermit. It was saying, like, go into your own zone, because no offense to anybody, because we're all human and we're all going through things and we all want affection and we all want love and we all want friends and we all want social, but it's like, it's not my number one priority to find a boyfriend. It might be this person's number one priority to find a girlfriend, but I don't want to. I want to be a hermit. It's like I do want people around me and I do want like to have like fun and stuff, I guess, but at the same time, no I don't. I just kind of want to just be by myself, go into hermit mode, focus on me. Like as bad as that is. The next one was the chariot, but it's in reverse, but I'm going to read the whole thing. In bold letters, it says absolute success, courageous conquest, problems of revenge, power, problems of revenge, power. You will win the war even when you lose the battle. Your actions are correct. Avoid revenge for any situation as it will only delay your success. Decide what you want and do it. Success is there. Move forward. In reverse is failure to control yourself physically or mentally. Is that homeboy in a wheelchair? Oh, oh. He's in a chariot. He's being charied. It was in reverse. Too bad it wasn't an upright. I would like absolute success, courageous conquest, problems of revenge. You will win the war even when you lose the battle. Your actions are correct. Avoid revenge for any situation. Okay. So failure to control yourself physically or mentally. I would say I'll reference this one back to Amazon. I had a little bit of a tough new route, and I would say, you know, my mentality has kind of been in the chariot upright, where it's like you're kind of like in control of everything. You have absolute success. Your actions are correct. Avoiding revenge for any situation. Decide what you want to do and do it. Success is there. Move forward. Like, just kind of flowing with what's meant to be instead of like not being able to control yourself physically or mentally. Sometimes I feel like you're just more in control of everything, like on good days, and then bad days, like you're like running into stuff, you're not making the right calls, you're just mentally just not in control of anything. And I've been taking antibiotics for this leg, and like I get it. It always sounds like I have like some sort of excuse for why something's going on. I'm just trying to make sense of it. I hope you can hear me. But like I felt like when the whole dog bite thing happened, like a week or two after it, like my mind wasn't right. Like I was like very confused. I felt very tired. I I'm usually like already kind of somewhat struggling, like mentally, physically, but like even I could tell like an extra amount of like confusion and like foggy was going on. And then I also don't know if like people are trying to send me this kind of crazy energy to, just make me all confused. So, so I'm gonna try my best. I've kind of been feeling better these past few days. Like as far as like mental clarity and that you know, I feel like I don't really want to be, so consumed by how somebody else feels. Like I'm allowed to, just feel the way I want to feel as well, and kind of keep that border up, from me and you. Like there's nothing that I owe you. Okay, so then the next one is Eight of Cups. It's in reverse. I'm gonna pause it. Okay, the Eight of Cups. We got that one in reversed. It says, but I'm gonna read the whole thing. It says a card that warns against vanity. Maintain humility, exhibit appropriate behavior, remember to give. It may be a time to move on and start new plans. Do not let your pride stop you from making change. And reversed, it says, drive and will, representing those things that are wealth and success. Your path is clear and your path is clear and you can now accomplish great things. Oh, wait, am I even okay. I didn't read the right one, so I was like, oh, nice. I'm glad I got it reversed. Too bad it wasn't the right card. Okay. So, a card that warns against vanity, maintain humility, exhibit appropriate behavior, remember to give. It may be time to move on and start new plans. Do not let your pride stop you from making change. In reversed, exuberant celebration, proclaimed happiness, and gathering. New possibilities can be created when you look in alternate directions. Oh, God, I don't know what's going on. I'm just so tired. Sorry, I'm not gonna really like note too much on that one. I don't know, just nothing's really coming to me. But the next one was the devil. Um, it says anger, violence, intimidation, sometimes death by violence, and pessimism, evil thoughts, or magic. A time of violence and abuse, physical, sexual, mental, or substance, thoughts of self destruction and regrets, people who seek the power and freedom of others, bad persons, person of evil intent. In reverse, it says negative feelings, trying to take revenge, ill conceived approach. All right. So I don't necessarily know why the devil be coming out, but I feel like sometimes that's kind of just like the energy around. Like everything will be just fine and dandy, and like somebody is not okay, and somebody is in this crazy mood of negativity. It's the good old devil. That's how he plays things. He doesn't make it easy. One person can be perfectly happy and fine, and then the other person is having a bad day. Then it switches on and off. Then it goes to, I'm having a good day, and you're having a horrible day. And we're just going to consistently never be on the same page and just make this very hard to just kind of get along because it's just hard to do. It's just hard to do. So that was the Miss Cleo one. I guess I can I was gonna read a Bible verse, but I have to pick one out, so I'm not sure yet. Hold on one second. All right, so I opened it up to Psalms 15. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. It's Psalms 14 2. Sorry, I don't know how to read what I'm looking at. Okay, well, it's at the top. It says, "No man doing good, guest in God's tent." Okay, so I'm just going to start reading from 15. 15, I don't exactly know. O Jehovah, who will be a guest in your tent? Who will reside in your holy mountain? He who is walking faultlessly and practicing righteousness and speaking the truth in his heart. He has not slandered with his tongue. To his companion he has done nothing bad. And and no reproach has he taken up against his intimate acquaintance. In his eyes, anyone contemptible is certainly rejected, but those fearing Jehovah he honors. He has sworn to what is bad for himself, and yet he does not alter. His money he has not given out on interest, and a bribe against the innocent one he has not taken. He that is doing these things will never be made to totter. And then it goes to 16. I'm just going to keep reading it. It says, "Keep me, O God, for I have taken refuge in you. I have said to Jehovah, you are Jehovah. My goodness is not for your sake, but to the holy ones that are in the earth. They are even the majestic ones. They are the ones in whom is all my delight. Pains become many to those who, when there is someone else, do hurry after him. I shall not pour out their drink offerings of blood. I shall not carry their names upon my lips. Jehovah is the portion of my allotted share and my cup. You are holding fast my lot. The measuring lines themselves have fallen for me in pleasant places. Really, my own possession has proved agreeable to me. I shall bless Jehovah who has given me advice. Really, during the nights, my kidneys have corrected me. Getting a little deep. I have placed Jehovah in front of me constantly. because he because he is at my right hand. I shall not be made to totter. Therefore my heart does rejoice, and my glory is inclined to be joyful. Also, my own flesh will reside in security, for you will not leave my soul in Sheol. You will not allow your loyal one to see the pit. You will cause me to know the path of life, rejoicing to satisfaction. Rejoicing to satisfaction is with your face. There is pleasantness at your right hand forever. Do hear what righteous, O Jehovah. Do pay attention to my entreating cry. Do give ear to my prayer without lips of deception. From before you may my judgment go forth. May your own eyes behold uprightness. You have examined my heart. You have made inspection by night. You have refined me. You will discover that I have not schemed. My mouth will not transgress. As for the activities of men, by the word of your lips, I myself have watched against the paths of the robber. Let my steps take hold on your tracks, in which my footsteps will certainly not be made to totter. I myself do call upon you, because you will answer me, O God. Incline your ear to me, hear my saying, make your acts of loving kindness wonderful. O Savior of those seeking refuge from the revolters against your right hand, keep me as the pupil of the eyeball. In the shadow of your wings may you conceal me. Because of the wicked who have despoiled me, the enemies against my soul themselves keep closing in upon me. They have enclosed themselves with their own fat. With their mouth they have spoken in hotness. As regards our steps, now they have surrounded us. They fix their eyes to incline the earth. His likeness is that of a lion that yearns to tear to pieces, and that of a young lion sitting in concealed places. Do rise up, O Jehovah, do confront him to the face. Make him bow down. Do provide escape for my soul from the wicked one with your sword. From men by your hand, O Jehovah, from men of this system, of things whose share is in this life, in whose belly you fill with your concealed treasure, who are satisfied with sons, and who do lay up for their children what they leave over. As for me in righteousness, I shall behold your face. I will be satisfied when awakening to see your form. To the director of Jehovah, servant of David, who spoke to Jehovah the words of this song in the day that Jehovah had delivered him from the palm of all his enemies, and out of the hand of Saul, and proceeded to say, I shall have affection for you, O Jehovah, my strength. Jehovah is my crag, and my stronghold and provider of escape for me. My God is my rock. I shall take refuge in him. My shield and my horn of salvation, my secure height. On, on the one to be praised, Jehovah, I shall call, and from my enemies I shall be saved. The ropes of death encircled me. Flash floods of good for nothing men also kept terrifying me. The very ropes of Sheol surrounded me. The snares of death confronted me. In my distress, I kept calling upon Jehovah, and to my God I kept crying out for help. Out of his temple he proceeded to hear my voice, and my own cry before him for help now came into his ears, and the earth began to shake and rock. And the foundations of the mountains themselves became agitated. They kept shaking back and forth because he had been angered. Smoke went up at his nostrils, and fire itself from his mouth kept devouring. Coals himself blazed forth from him, and he proceeded to bend the heavens down and descend. And thick gloom was beneath his feet, and he came riding upon a shrub, shrub, and came flying. And he came darting upon the wings of a spirit. He then made darkness his concealment place, all around him as his booth. Dark waters, thick clouds, out of the brightness in front of him there were his clouds that passed by, haul and burning coals of fire, and in the heavens Jehovah's began to thunder, and Most High himself began to give his voice. Hail and burning coals of fire. He kept sending out his arrows that he might scatter them, and lightnings that he shot out, that he might throw them out in confusion. And the steam beds of waters became visible, and the foundation of the productive land became uncovered. From your rebuke, O Jehovah, from the blast of the breath of your nostrils, he was sending from on high. He was taking me. He was drawing me out of great waters. He was delivering me from my strong enemy and from those hating me, because they were stronger than I was. They kept confronting me in the day of my disaster, but Jehovah came to be a support for me. And he proceeded to bring me out of a into a roomy place. He was rescuing me because he had found delight in me. Jehovah rewards me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands. He repays me. For I have kept the ways of Jehovah, and I have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his judicial decisions are in front of me, and his statutes I shall not remove from myself. And I will not prove and I will prove myself faultless of him with him. I shall keep myself from error on my past, and let Jehovah repay me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands in front of his eyes. With someone loyal, you will act with someone loyal, you will act in loyalty. With your faultless, able-bodied man, you will deal faultlessly. With the one keeping clean, you will show yourself clean. And the one with the crooked one, and the what and whoa, excuse me. And with the crooked one, you will show yourself tor- tortoise, tortoise, because the afflicted people you yourself will save, but the haughty eyes you will abase. For you yourself will light my lamp, O Jehovah. My God himself will make my darkness shine. For by you I can run against a mortar band, and by my God I can climb a wall. As for the true God, perfect in his way, the saying Jehovah is a refined one. A shield he is to all those taking refuge in him. Um, this keeps going, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of like close it off there. But I feel like once you start going into this, you can't stop, because like there's just so much good information there. It's basically saying that God is your energy source. He's gonna give you like your vitals. Um, I honestly can't say I really like devote to reading my Bible every day, or I feel like I think about God every day, like he's kind of in my head, but um I got to start looking at this more so I can get, stop trying to feel like I have to think for myself, or like, find different ways to like you know like redirect myself or remember certain things or figure it out on my own. I have God, that can like help show you how you should be thinking, what you should be doing, basically any problem or answer, like any question or problem you have is in this book. And it's like people can be stubborn and arrogant and they can think what they want, but that's between them and God. Like we all have our own relationship with God. So that's why I don't like when certain people like will be like Christian or whatever religion, and then kind of tell you your religion or your beliefs are incorrect. Like, excuse me, like you're allowed to have your relationship with God and I'm allowed to have mine. Like, you're not gonna tell me God doesn't like you just shouldn't go out of your way to tell somebody God doesn't love them because of like certain things. Like, keep your mouth closed. You go ahead and worship God the way you would like to, and that's your guys' relationship. Like, you shouldn't go out of your way and tell somebody like, oh, and you know what? If that's what you think is the right thing to do because you think someone's not going to go to heaven because, certain like sexual orientation or anything, um that's on you if that's what you want to, like kind of like get that message out, but it doesn't make you right. Um um I think I'm going to end this off here, especially because that psalm like went on for a long time. I go on for a long time. It's been about 50 minutes. I think it's pretty good here. I'm freezing in my room. I hope I can come back in a little bit and do another one and maybe like be a little bit be ahead of the game this time. It won't be much different than this though. I'm getting comfortable and just kind of doing it like this. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. Feel free to leave a little comment down there in the bottom if you'd like. Um, um, in my next video, I'm definitely going to open it up with, hey, this is Jackie. I'm here with another banger. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later.